Well, at the core, leadership is a relationship. And the kind of misnomer that we've created over the last 2 decades is that leadership is a place in the hierarchy. And it's not. And we all know senior executives. We all know senior executives who are not leaders. So it has nothing to do with where you are or the role. It's your ability to build powerful, compelling relationships with the people you work with. And that's how you get followers. Yeah. And so at the core of great leadership is this idea of authenticity, which is that I am following a real person. I'm not following a boss. I'm not following a role. I'm not following a vice president. I'm following Maril. That's who I'm following. And that relationship is actually key. And so authenticity is very important because it's a bit like marriage or partnership. It'd be horrible to live with someone who you have no idea who they really are. They're a chameleon, and very quickly you pick that up. And so leaders have to build those relationships. And in part, we follow someone because we feel we know who they are. We feel we know what they stand for. We know what they want in terms of aspirations for us and for themselves. And we know that they're like us searching for a meaningful life. Mm-hmm. And so it's very important that you be able to communicate at a very personal level who you are. Now, there's a little bit of a caveat there because a story I mentioned earlier about the executive who was telling us who he was actually portraying the fact that he was not into relationships, that he saw relationships as opportunities to manipulate mm-hmm. and get personal gain. Mm-hmm. We don't like to follow people who are self-serving. Yeah. And so if that's who you really are, by the way, it's going to be transparent at some point, and you can try to talk about we and all those things. And so I think at its heart is you have to ask yourself, well, who am I? What's the purpose of my life? Yeah. Is it for me to be the winner? And there are plenty of executives for whom it is. Mm-hmm. I would argue, you probably never ever fully get the mantle of leadership. Now, that's not to say you can't be an overachiever and be highly competitive and build great relationships. Mm-hmm. But the competition is about the external world, mm-hmm. not about your peers and not about competing with subordinates and associates. Mm-hmm. Right. So you have to do some soul searching, I think. Yeah. But authenticity is key. And I think one of the problems is many managers have not spent enough time reflecting on really who they are and what they want, and are they in the right place to do that.
How do you help people work that through?
Well, I do think there are people who don't want to be leaders. Mm-hmm. And I do feel that there are people who really love their expertise. And for them, being the expert is their calling in life. And if that's it, and they don't want the responsibilities of leadership, yeah. We have to accept that. We have to accept that a lot of people in organizations really don't want all the responsibility and the accountability that goes with being a leader. Yeah. And one of the problems we've created is that we've created this mystique that everybody needs to be a leader. Mm-hmm. I don't think so. Actually, I'll be a bit provocative. I think we've probably gone too far.